Mr. Neil Everett from ESPN.
I love my Ducks!
Hello, Duck fans. Kurt here. I'm back from the Rose Bowl and still with a huge grin on my face after watching Oregon win their first Rose Bowl since 1917. Though I contend that we could just as easily claim the 1918 game as well, won by the Mare Island Marines of California, coached by the Oregon head coach Hugo Bezdek and led by two Oregon players, the game MVP Hollis Huntington and the previous year's game MVP John Beckett. But that's getting off track. If this is your first time seeing one of these, I record weekly videos here in my home, updating all of you on things related to the University of Oregon Ducks sports and FIshDuck.com. Also, if you want updates on all of our new content, be sure to sign up for our newsletters, which you can do so on the front page of FIshDuck.com. There is so much going on in the world of duck sports right now, and also with FIshDuck.com. We had a 3-hour conference call this morning to give you an idea of going over just everything that's taking place. Basketball is now in full swing and fully into the Pac-12 conference schedule, and this week we gave our heartfelt goodbyes to LaMichael James. The Michael is taking his talents to the NFL, and we wish him well. Best of luck on his professional career. It wasn't surprising, and let's face it, he really had nothing left to prove in college. He's done about everything you could possibly ask. Oh, and the Oregon Ducks won a game that's kind of important down here in Los Angeles. The Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl champions. Feels so good to say. I attended the game, as well as all the events before and after the game. A lot of people recognized me and came up to say thank you for the videos and all that we do on FIshDuck.com, though perhaps the recognition factor was amplified by the fact that I had a jersey made with my nickname across the back. I'm sure it probably helped. Still, over the course of several days, I got to meet and hang out with a ton of Oregon fans and former players, and thank you to all for all of your kind words about our work at FIshDuck.com or the food and drinks and everything. The thing we do at FIshDuck really is a labor of love. But a special thank you to Brenda and Matt, Anitra, Justin, Don, Scott, Stacy, Ray, Ryan from Sports Chat 503 Vlogs, the Addicted to Quack guys, Kenny Wheaton, Jaya Figueres, Patrick Johnson, Michael Fletcher, Kristen McLemore, Tom Ward of KVAL, and everybody else that I ran into. There's way too many to possibly name them all, but it was great to meet everyone. Actually, it's been such a crazy week. I haven't even yet watched the TV broadcast of the game, but I was there in the stands, so it works out. For this week, I'm going to break with the typical format that I usually follow for these videos and instead show you some of the sights and sounds that I had. The whole Rose Bowl experience. Things got started on New Year's Eve. Kenny Wheaton, along with several other Oregon players, hosted an Oregon Ducks bash at the Highlands, the premier club in the heart of downtown Hollywood in the Hollywood Highland complex next door to Grauman's Chinese Theater. There were lots of former players that showed up along with Duck fans to celebrate the new year. January 1st, the Oregon Pep Rally took place at the Santa Monica Pier. Speakers included Congressman Peter DeFazio, Santa Monica Mayor Richard Bloom, Senior VP and Provost Lorraine Davis, Joey Harrington, and many others.
Santa Monica. Today we're Oregon Monica. Woo!
4 of my female tailgating friends and I made a pact that if Oregon won the Rose Bowl, we'd get rose tattoos. And it hasn't happened yet, but bring on the rose tattoos. We're good to go.
I apologize. It was just a big snafu. Peter Jacobson and Neil Everett, I know those guys are there right now. They're doing an unbelievable job getting everybody fired up for the Rose Bowl, but they arranged for Sebastian Bach to be my driver from Pasadena back to Santa Monica because we came over here for practice today, and I'm still waiting around for Sebastian to show up. So.
Version of the Oregon fight song. Can we do that? 1 and a 2 and a 3.
How many people went to Shreveport for the Independence Bowl and sat through the cold and the rain in Louisiana of all places? How many people sat through the cold of the Cotton Bowl in '96? Now how many people are realizing what a position we're in right now? You are witnessing the greatest time in the history of the University of Oregon football program. You are a part of it. And for all of you who raised your hands for 83, and raised your hands for 89, and raised your hands for 96, there's nothing better than this. But you know what? We didn't get here without 83, or without 89, or without 96, and we didn't get here without Bill Musgrave, and Danny O'Neill, and Jeremy Asher, and Rich Rule, and Josh Wilcox, Brandon McLemore, Kristen McLemore.
After the pep rally, Oregon fans headed over to the Promenade in Santa Monica. Particularly Yankee Doodles had a players-only get-together, and a lot of Oregon fans gathered above for food and drinks. January 2nd, it was finally game day, and the Rose Bowl is really one of the premier spots in the country for tailgating. Everybody parks on the golf course. Fellow FIshDuck.com team member Josh Schlichter and I tailgated with the Ducked Up on Quack crew and the guys from the Manbulance before the game. And we wholeheartedly thank Jeff, Kim, Anitra, Corey, and the rest of the crew from the Manbulance and Ducked Up on Quack and everybody else for all their great hospitality.
We got the diamond plate O's all throughout.
Oh, this is sweet. I shouldn't even ask how much money this costs.
Yeah, don't ask. Actually, I'll sum it up. It'd be much easier to get a green BMW and throw an Oregon sticker on it. And all the lights and stuff we redid, so they have the O's imprinted on it in green and yellow. So. And then up front, we got replaced all the carpeting and stuff. We did AstroTurf.
You still got the siren and everything, right?
That siren works, PA works, all the lights work. So it'll help us get out of the parking lot. Just gonna go right through the lights. So we got 2 sound systems in the front, we got one in the back, we got satellite TV. It's good to go.
The Manbulance.
Manbulance and Harvey's.
Then it was game time. Heading into the stadium, I spoke to a few people about Oregon's connections with the 1918 game before taking my seat in the end zone. You saw the game, you know how it turned out.
and then they'll play shout.
After the game, I actually lost my car. I was circling around the golf course for almost 2 hours until I finally found it. After most of the course had been vacated, my car was left all by its lonesome off to the side. I made my way over to the RawTeams Postgame after party in Pasadena. The event was hosted by Patrick Johnson, Achilles Smith, and Ruben Drones, and the crew from RawTeams. I ran into a bunch of Oregon fans and former players there as well. So that's it. Oregon Ducks, Rose Bowl champions. What an unbelievable experience. What a great time to be an Oregon Duck. Be sure to come back to FIshDuck.com often. We have new articles daily, new videos weekly, and when you get a minute, go join our friends over at RawTeams.com. It's a sports-centric social media site co-founded by Oregon legend Patrick Johnson. FIshDuck.com is proud to be the featured member this month on RawTeams.com's front page. So join up and come say hi. Also check out the Manbulance crew. Themanbulance.com. Thank you very much for the koozie. Thank you for the hospitality at Tailgating. And I'll get into more details about the game itself and other Oregon happenings next week. But until next time, this is Kurt saying, Go Ducks.